I just drove this morning. I was coming up with this. Yeah, I started this morning. I came early though. I left Thunder Bay at like 7, so I could chill for a bit, hang out with my buddies. Have a couple of beers. I was like, I'd have like 1 beer, wait 2 hours, sober up, 1 more beer, you know, because I'm like, small town, I'm going to move over here, you know what I mean? And also, it's like, yeah, I gotta come here and eat
No. No, it's just, there's something, just compliments and flying otherwise. In one division, and then he went down the division. So one division is young guys that are 10 years younger. The other one is going to guys that are heavier. So it was.
This is not long, but it's a different. I want to be able to. What you like? Yeah, I want to be in a position where I'm watching. I'm pushing, pulling. He can't do it more, right? I can kind of take my time. Whereas when you just grab a bit, someone he's just going to pull his arm over straight. When you bend it, watch he bends it, it's able to get it. When I do this, I come here and I do it. So this is that his arm's straight and he can't move his arm and then I pull up and it's Hey guys, time. Very simple. Next one we're going to do just a simple way to finish the single leg. A lot of times, you know, I'm just looking to push him, pull him, circle, right, get to his leg. There's a lot of thousands of different ways to get there, but typically I teach it's like I just want to get close to the leg. So maybe I have to pull him and grab his leg. You know, maybe I have to push, pull. Sometimes I just circle myself. If he's not very fast, I circle. See how he just did that himself? I went one way, go back to the leg. There's 1,000 different ways, right? What I typically do is I'll go this way and he starts to hide this leg and I give him a bit of a pull and then this leg's close. For jiu-jitsu, the way I like to do my single leg is I just put my hand behind and I drive with my head and grab his leg. I don't want to commit so much with like a high crotch or some shots because the guys just try to guillotine you, which is annoying. When I started, everyone would just guillotine me and I'm like, I hate this. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to circle towards this leg, pull his head. Here, there's obviously some distance. I'm just going to drop my hand behind. I could even go in the hamstring, and I'm going to use my head to push and just drive him. Okay? Does that make sense? Finishing the single leg, thing that's very important. I want to be, here, give me the single leg. I want to be elbow deep. Look at this, elbow deep. I don't want to be like this. It's easy for him to sprawl his leg back. My arms get really tired. When I go elbow deep, I'm using the structure of my body. And I could also keep his leg with one arm. So I could do a bunch of different things, okay? If I tried to grab his leg with one arm like this, it's going to pull his leg, okay? So as soon as I get the single leg, even if I'm like this, the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting elbow deep. Best wrestlers in the world go elbow deep, okay? The finish is pretty easy for running the pipe without him here. I'm elbow deep. I'm doing a rotation, but I'm also, again, squatting. I want to take him from when he's on a single leg, when he's like this, he can balance all day. I essentially want to put him in a pistol squat, where he's like, whoa, can't balance. Here, I circle, I lower. Doesn't matter how athletic you are, you're going to fall. I see this all the time. People just circle, they do this. They just keep doing this, and you waste so much energy. Just drop your weight like I'm trying to put my butt on the ground. Easy money. Make sense? Yes. Again, slow. I go one way towards this leg. If he doesn't move, I'm going to take that leg. He moves it, I pull, drive, make sure I get elbow deep, shoulders on his quad. I take a step back and I drop my butt and lower him down. Okay? Make sense? Let's go with that. Super effective takedown for jiu-jitsu. That's easy. Anyone can do it. Make sure you get elbow deep. Don't be holding like this. Let's go. Sorry, I'm bad at the clap. Let's just, don't worry about that. Let's just start training. I don't know. Okay, we're going forward a bit. You guys right. So just grab the single leg again. Now you got it. Here, get your head up a little bit higher, right? Here, wait. Stop. So now do a back step, but then you gotta lower your legs. Yeah. So watch here. When I'm like this, I do like a 180. My body's just rotating, and I'm dropping my butt so that he drops low. Make sense? Yeah. Watch here. Give me the single leg. Here it's slow, I pivot and I drop. See how you fall right away? Right? Easy. Yeah. Like you're, just doing a 180 with your hips backwards. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, make sure you're squatting low, guys. Get them in a pistol squat. Don't just rotate. You gotta drop your butt low. Wasn't me, right? No, so wait, sorry. Grab her leg again. Grab it just like how you had it. Grab it just how you had it. Your elbow deep, your head's in position. You can walk your hands up. So now you're gonna do a back step towards me. 180. No, look at your legs. Like that. Yeah. You gotta move both legs like this. Pivot. Your foot. Yep. As you drop. Does that make sense? But it's gotta be at the same time. Pivot and drop. I'm just doing this like I'm kind of like I'm taking a football, but I'm also lowering, like getting nice and low.
I'm not trying to fight it. I'm just going.
Here, get your head. My shoulders here, my head. Keep pressure on my head. Putting pressure with my shoulder on his quad, but my head needs to stay up. Grab him. Grab the single, don't worry about the steps. Grab it. Get your head up a little bit higher here. You gotta rotate the front of your shoulder on the ground. Front of the shoulder. No. Front of the shoulder right here. Now back step to squat. But then you drop your head. Go ahead to the outside. Watch. Front of your shoulder. Front of my shoulders here. My head's here. You start to drop your head and you lose it down. Here. Okay? And then rotate. Rotate back, take a back step, and squat. Back step, and squat. See, that's where I can tell you're just not pressuring
Yeah, I just watch over.
That leg is going back that way. If you take this leg, I'm going like this, and it's like, you're basically taking his leg away, and then you have no post, and you're taking his leg, right?
Gotcha. They're all, it would have been position you're in is all that.
As far as the battles, as far as
Yeah, typically, like for me, if I'm just wrestling like this, my lead leg needs to be straight, and I keep this one in tight, and I battle with the back one at first. And that's what happens, right? Keep calling it. I just don't want to people do this and then they just right? You know what I mean? Yeah. When I'm trying to get him to step, I'm just doing a bit of a lot of times too. At first, I just circle. It makes him have to move his feet, right? Simple things like just circling to get him to step. Right? A lot of times that'll help him break the leg just from that. And then before I even engage, you know what I mean? Yeah. Straight up, yeah. I'm typically, like I said, I don't want to commit too much to Bill. I just come here and I drive into him, and the leg lifts itself up from the head pressure. Because a lot of people, they just shoot low, they get guilty. You see it in competition how many times? Like, yeah.
a lot of people are doing this.
Yeah, they're doing so. Once I'll tell them again after, I like to stay high here, and I grab the leg. Because I don't want to risk my neck. That's why some of the arm guys I'll show it
Usually goes like this, right away.
Watch what?
And then I was just going to take it back.
Like this table's off this leg. Without them clearing that hand, the only way out is to go turn away. Now you got back exposure. Guys, you know, they'll clear that off with their foot or their hand, right?
Oh,
Yeah, now you're right. Yes.
yeah.
Nice, Andy. That was better. Okay, guys, time. Bring it in. Does that make sense? Like I said, with today, I'm trying to get through as much stuff as I can. So we're not going to spend 30 minutes on one simple thing. I'm sure you guys will continue to learn these things over time. And sometimes it just takes that little bit of a spark to learn something. And then the next time a coach shows you, it's like fresh in your memory and it's easier to learn. So today, if things are you're struggling, that's okay. I mean, we all do that, okay? So next one, I'm going to do a 2-on-1. When he's collar tying me, just like this is the easiest time for me just to shuck and grab his arm, okay? Doesn't matter if he grabs my head on this side. I turn, guys, and I just use my shoulder. It's like a whip. Get off me. Okay, here he grabs my head. Without my arms, I'm turning and I'm using my shoulder. That's where the leverage comes from. A lot of people just try to grab it. I'm going to also grab his arm, grab my head. I'm going to grab it with my wrist, but I'm going to shuck it off and grab his arm nice and tight, okay? Look at this. This is called a 2-on-1. I have his wrist, I have the high bicep, and I have it like this, okay? A lot of different things we could do. This one is unique to me that I love to do. What I do right away, so to stay nice and strong, he's in a wrestling stance, is I tuck his leg right into my arm right away and I start to sprawl away. Okay, it doesn't matter how strong he is. I do this on people that are 200 pounds. Puts a lot of leverage on their shoulder and you could break their arm from here. Okay, from here I can put his hand on the mat and just start going to the back. I have a whole series that I do myself, and I've done this with really good guys, and a lot of guys have asked, like, what the hell are you doing there? Because for me, I would always grab a 2-on-1, and everyone's so strong, they just post away and they rip their arm away. So for me, right away, I tuck it and I start to sprawl, and I put all my weight. See how I'm walking away? His shoulder's in a bad position, right? Really bad. But that's the point of kind of jiu-jitsu, right? Is we're trying to get him to a point where I could tap him out, break his arm. Okay? But for me, this works because I'm small to be able to get them down. If you're big and strong, it's going to be even easier and you could tap them. So he grabs my shoulder, I shuck it off. Right away, I take his wrist and I just shove it in between my lead leg right here. And I start to sprawl away. All my weight on his shoulder. Put his face into the mat. Okay? From here, there's a lot of different things I could do. I could start going to Darce chokes. I have a whole series that I'll show. Let's just start with getting them to the mat, because that's step number 1. Here, I shuck, I control. I don't waste any time fighting him. I just put it in my leg and I start to sprawl and walk away. Now he's on the mat, and I can start attacking, okay? But if you can't control them and get them down, none of the other shit matters, okay? So when if you're struggling with this 2-on-1, I just tuck it in and I start to sprawl, okay? Come here for a sec. Someone a little bit bigger, right? Because a lot of times in jiu-jitsu, you're training, some of you guys are small, you're going to go with these big, strong dudes, and good luck. But here, I get a 2-on-1. I tuck it, I start to sprawl. I put all my weight. I'm only 150 pounds, but I'm trying to put it all on the back of his shoulder. Doesn't feel very good, right? He's gonna want to start giving up the back or something else. And that's all I want. Okay, I'm not trying to submit him with this, but I'm trying to get him down and compromise his arm. Okay? Be careful, don't break the person's arm, obviously. Okay?
Take it easy. All
Take
right?
it easy, but if you're in a competition,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
competition, you try to break their arm. That's the whole point, right? They're trying to break yours too. I'm breaking yours first. Not here though. Okay? Not with your partner. Take care of them. And if you're the person in the movement or just tap, you're like, holy shit, man, that's a lot of pressure on my shoulder. Just say stop. And then you'll be like, okay. Yeah, you don't have to kill them. Okay? Let's start with that now. 2 on 1.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so right away, this in the lead leg, just look at your leg, start to sprawl towards me, walk towards me, Andy, put all your weight on it, yeah, see, yeah, get him down to the mat, and then just go to the back. No, it's okay. Yeah. There you go. So once you have him down here, you can just pick it up, okay? All his yes, the thing about Dustin, when you're doing it, like, walk away with it, walk like because I'm going to keep all the weight on that. I don't want to ever touch my hips to the mat. I want to just walk it away so he's carrying with his shoulder all my weight.
So you're coming in here.
Yeah, over, shuck in, yeah. So right away, I tuck it into this lead leg, and I start to sprawl away, but I would keep this, keep the grip on his arm right now. And now, just hook and sprawl your weight on his arm, yeah. Like that. Just like that.
Just to get a reaction.
Just to get him face first in the mat, wanting to quit already, and then he'll give up the back, right? He's like, it's a better of evils. Here, watch, I have his arm here. Without doing it too hard. He's up, come up. He's strong. I tuck it, and I start to walk away. See how I'm putting all the weight? Walk. You know, then I could switch to the front headlock, guillotine, whatever. It's more of a setup just to get leverage on that arm, and a lot of times when I do this, they panic a bit, and they start worrying about their arm, and then I jump on their neck with the Darce guillotine to the back. Yeah. And it's also just like, I mean, with the 201 guys just rip their arm out for me. I struggled for so many years, and I started doing this, and I do it with guys that are big, like, other fighters that are 130. They're always, every time I tuck it, they're like, wow. They know that they're gonna hit the mat.
I missed the walk away.
Yeah, the walk away, but you can put so much weight on it, so he's gonna tap. But it's like, isn't that the point of it? If I can tap you from the setup, it's like, wait till I get my hand really on.
I tap people for pressure, so I know.
Yeah.
So my leg is
Yeah. So
it's like that.
so over, come underneath. So same thing, shuck it off, but then but grab here, this wrist here, grab it off, and come underneath like you're holding his arm like it's a log. Now hook it into this leg. So hook his arm, like this. Hook it. Yeah, and now start to sprawl away this leg away. So that sprawl away all the way. Yeah. Kinda. So watch yours too. I'm here. I hook this and I feel I'm starting to walk away. That's what putting the lever on his shoulder. I'm walking away, and then all my weight falls onto his shoulder. And then he's going to give it up. Yeah. Here, so hook in the near side like this. So hook, and now start to sprawl towards me. When you go to sprawl into your leg, this leg will go. So all the weight starts to fall on his shoulder. Yeah, see? Yeah, I want to walk away. Like I'm leaning all my weight on his shoulder. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah, again.
It's like
Here, under, yes, come underneath. Now, hook in there, but then start to walk this leg over here like you're leaning. But you gotta keep this leg floating over there. Come back up, come back up. So that leg needs to stay off the mat, and yeah, that's fine. But you just dropped all your weight on him, and his shoulder collapses, which is fine. Yeah, that's it. I mean, sometimes you're newer for me on some of the stuff that's so natural. And right now you're struggling a bit with just the body mechanics and that the balance, which is fine. Just play with different muscles. If you can get them down to the mat,
Because with the Dars there, would you just
it's effective. Yes.
and then squat here?
Yeah, it's more of like the big old walking away, just putting all the weight. You gotta be able to be hooked and then walking away. It's supported when you're walking away. All your arms extended, the leverage all goes on the shoulder.
No, it's good. Oh, yeah, okay.
I do that. I do the Dars on this one, watch like this. I bring them down most times, and then their head, I just scoop it and I just roll underneath. Right? Just walking from there. Yeah, you could do it that way too. Instead of you could get them down, then just attack it. But I'm like, I just hit it in transition because they're so worried, and then I mean, most times their head's down. Yeah, that's
At least here, I'm still
yeah.
Now if I
But
go
no,
to
dude,
the
look
Dars,
at these weight, you put someone into a like this, there's no way they're defending. There's no way. The amount of leverage on the shoulder. Walk away.
I had his hook in.
So you're gonna always your legs. You're gonna look, and now walk this way and start to scroll. Yeah, but yeah, that's not bad. But still, you're gonna kind of keep the arm and lean. Look, again, walk away. And I'm leaning. So I'm leaning like this, and I'm putting all the weight on the shoulder. I want to. Yeah, I'll be a dick. I'm trying to slam it, extend it. But it's more about just. That's right. You put like 95% of your body
I think I stepped on Ryan, so sorry.
She's got right arm under this arm here, under my armpit, under my neck. Yeah, left hand grabs my head. Oh, nope, just pull with your fingers. This is a T-Rex grip. Oh, here. Yeah, pull my head, drive your arm. Don't try to finish. Just trying to make your right arm long. Now this hand grabs this bicep. Now sprawl.
So you're just using this grip to slide your arm in deeper.
Yep, that's right.
And then you're grabbing that.
Okay, guys, time. Let's bring it in. Last thing for standing takedown. We're gonna just teleport here to the back. So turn around, guys. Rear body lock. This position, right? You get here a lot. Maybe you hit a duck under. This happens a lot. We get to this position. Want to be efficient here. I don't need to always lift them up, slam them. A lot of times, when you lift them up and dump them, you're giving them momentum to reverse you or sweep you. I like to keep things super simple. Here, guys, this grip's no good in the middle. He pushes my hands down, breaks my grip pretty easy. Anytime I'm here, I have like a lasso grip. I switch it to the side and I lock like this on his belly, okay? First things first, when I'm behind the person, I lock on the hip. Now push down. He's pushing it into his hips and it locks the grip and it's not gonna break here. I'll hold this forever. It's not going anywhere unless my arms gas out, but that's a me problem, okay? Here, I'm in the middle. Don't stay in the middle, okay? Switch to the side. Like you're putting a car seat on him and then lock with a gable grip like this, and I put my elbow into his hip. Okay, step number one. When I want to take him down, all I'm going to do is I step on his foot, I push my knee into his knee to bow him, and then I leverage him to the side. He falls down. Very simple. It takes zero energy, and you can keep doing it again and again. This one was from Khabib in MMA. He was really good at this. He would switch to the side, bow the foot, bow the knee, drive. Doesn't matter how much they resist. You're leveraging on their foot, bowing the knee, and then you're on the hip, boom, they fall over. They don't have a post, okay? Here, behind, I block. I could do this without that. I could just drag him down, but let's make it easier, okay? Here, I lock, I step on his foot, I push with my knee on his knee without blowing his knee out, but then I drag him over where he has no post and I land here, okay? Make sense? When we're here, I'm going to show what I like to do from just stay down from this position because you drag the guy down. It's not over yet. It's far from over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand all the way deep and I'm going to lock over top of my grip with my knee. Okay? Now I have a hand free. A lot of people just hold and they attack your arms, and now it's like, you know, I like to have a hand free. I'm going to go deep. I'm going to block his hip. Okay? Walk, 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 walk. Take the back. Very simple things. I'm not going to show too much from there. I don't want to overcomplicate it. But once you take them down, go deep and block it. My knees over top of my own hand. Okay? Then from here, I typically just start grabbing his wrists and walking him down. And there's 1,000 things you could do from there. Take his back. Okay, I'm sure you guys started working on that. Okay?
Are you cupping his hip or cupping your knee?
His hip. I'm grabbing the far side of his hip and then I'm putting my knee over top of it so he can't strip my grip off. Okay? This is also leveraging this hip and I'm blocking it so when I walk, he doesn't have a post. It just sits him on his butt nice and easy. Everyone, you probably eventually learn a spiral ride that looks like this. Watch. For me, that's a lot of energy. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to block his hip, and then I start walking my feet and he falls on his hip. And now this position is like, I got him. Okay? From standing on the back, I get the grip deep on his hip. I lock it palm to palm, foot, knee, drag. See where my hands already are? They're already where they need to be. I just let go of this hand, block with my knee. Start to walk them over this hip. From here, if you guys have a game, you could start stepping over to the back, in the middle, breaking them down. If you guys are at that level, you could advance the position. If you're newer, just do the first 2 steps, which are, come back, here, foot, knee, drag, let go here. This leg, I'm attacking it with multiple different posts. I'm just going to walk in a circle and he falls down. Just stop there if you're new. If you know what you're doing, start taking the back. Do some fun stuff off that, okay? If you know what you're doing. Alright? Let's go with that. Yeah, just start on the back. You guys are like, you know there's 1,000 ways to get there.
I wrote that.
Ian, yeah, 1,000. Yeah, beside it. Like you're trying to push it in so that you can just drop it right over. Yeah. And then he goes turtle, go turtle, turtle up. Is here, like walk. You just walk that, and then you just walk, and then this post will break down, right? My training partner Joseph Travis, who's won the ultimate fighting, he showed me this trip. And it's like, it's so simple. He's like, why would you waste all this energy trying to break the guy down? It's like, you walk it, and then you just walk in a little small circle, and they just go like this. And he's like, then you take their back and you choke them. And it's just like, anyone could do it, right? Like, you block his leg and then you move it. If you don't start doing that, good guys are just like this. You don't know it. Jesse's gonna pop up like a motherfucker and start trying to punch you if you don't do that.
Place this with the knee?
Yeah, so he's got to, well, if you already had him there, it's good. Let him turtle. When he's in this position, hook all the way over top, walk with your knee, and now just walk in a circle towards me so that he falls onto his hip. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Without, you don't want to pull him on top of you, you want to let him fall in that hole, and then get on top. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so with here, I go deep in the waist, so your hand should be all the way through. You get this hand deep. You let him turtle up, get this knee up here. And then, here, watch this. Yeah, this one goes here. Yeah, in there, and then you just walk him. As you're blocking this post, walk him towards me in a circle, small, and he'll just fall. Yeah, you grab that wrist, he's going to fall to his hip, and you just let it, right? Take the back, right?
All I did is I put
When he's in this turtle position, I block and block like this, and I just walk, right? And he just falls. It's effortless. Yeah, you want to, yeah. Yeah, there and then walk in a circle, but stay like crouched like this. So when he falls, you're able to like jump the back. Right? From here, let him fall.
Even if you don't get that top finish,
I mean,
you still
I
have
know
to
you
walk.
got a minute just really that you can pull on top. For me, I always let them fall down and get your slow weight on me. Right? Like here. I'm here. My style of game is I'm gonna drop him, so I'm still up, and now I'm gonna put my weight on him. Versus I pull him on top, it's okay, but now I'm carrying his weight. In my fights that just happened, I did this, but the guy, I tried to bring his back to choke him, and he forced me on my back, and I was carrying his weight, and I was like, I had to let go and get back on top, because I was like, I'm carrying his weight now. It's hard to choke someone like that. For me, yeah. When I choke someone, I'm like on the face first and back flat. You know what I mean? You know how easy that is. When you get them like that, it's like the easiest choke ever. When they're on top, putting all their weight on you, it makes it harder. You're carrying a lot of weight. It's not wrong, just different, right? And this thing, this is one of the easiest things that every student should know. I mean, competitions is you're tired, leverage that hip easy, take them down easy. Don't like get what they try to lift and retrain. They do this shit simple, easy.
That's why I find the same stuff where I accomplish too much food.
Yeah. For me, my whole game is how can I do things efficiently with the least amount of energy, right? That's no. But for me too, like if I can do that, then I can conserve my energy and I can waste this for hours because I'm doing everything the best way possible. And that's how, from every position, you should know what's the easiest way to do it. A lot of us are not like we want to do it the hard way. let's make this shit hard.
I'm running at 7 miles an hour. I'm not at 20.
Yeah, even more incentive as you get older. You're like, dude, I train with older dudes and like that's how their game is. They gas out if they sprint, so they just do everything slow. That's how it should be. I do the same, but like when I start in MMA, and say if I do that, it's like now I'm using my energy to put pressure on it, strike and do this shit, right? I said no. So watch, put this knee back a bit more like that, and now just walk in a circle, staying on your feet. See how he drops to his hip? But don't drop down. You want to stay up so that you can step over and put your weight on him, right? Ride him like this. Come underneath. Underneath. Just start pulling and drive your weight on top of him so he starts to flat. Yeah. Then take the back from there. If you're going to take it from there.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got it? Yeah.
Or else just
Nice. Walk that knee, yeah. That's good, yeah. Nice, Andy.
Want to just do that move here? Let's try that. Okay. So, how about this? Are you going to get that? So over your hand. And then this one is free. Grab your hand, this one, sure. And then I roll towards.
Your knee, and now walk them in a circle, but get your feet off the ground, the other foot off the ground, like you're in a bear crawl. Yeah, there you go. So he falls down. Yeah. From there, freeze. This is a good example. When you're in this position, I always step over, put your foot right there, and put this knee down now, that pin this hip, and now see how much he's carrying your weight? Right? You're like riding like a fucking bull. This is where you want to be. Don't pull him on top of you where his weight's on you. Make him carry your weight, because 30 seconds of this, he's gonna be tired, right? So a lot of people, they pull on top, I never. I'm gonna ride you, make you quit, and then he'll flatten out, and if he forces you on top, that's okay. But if it's your decision, you come here. Okay? So you carry your weight. I felt good.
And then that's when because you're really just driving but using your body weight. Yes. You know, and then it's gonna bother me. Just an arm drag inside and the back. In there. Driving your hip down, and now you can start attacking the neck. Go to that position again where you're riding.
Up there, no, you're on your back.
Yeah, when you're over top and you step in. I would prefer, if you, once you get this wrist on the knee, is try to stay on top of you flat. So you let him turn it down, but look at it, stay on top of this. You're gonna get your choke easy enough, right? So I pull him up you and let him carry you. You carry this way, I always look to flatten, right? Unless he forces that the other way, but when you're in that position, you get to decide, right? So turn him down that way, right? You know, that shit sucks, man. Anytime someone does that, you're like, what did I do to you, man? Yeah, that's good, yeah. You gotta stay on top, right? We want to be on top and put pressure on. That's where it's yeah. Got it? Hey guys, time? Everyone understanding that? Pretty simple, right?
Nice.
Get into some chokes, guys. I'm going to teach a couple series of chokes that I really like to do. I really like chokes because, I mean, when you put someone in a choke and they gotta, you know, if they don't tap, they're gonna pass out. Arm bars, triangles, certain things like for me in MMA, I ain't tapping into an arm bar or triangle or anything like that. Anything that's an arm lock, it's a fight. I'm not tapping. Arm pops, I got other limbs to beat you up with. In jiu-jitsu competition, some guys are like that too. You might dislocate their elbow and they could still win if they're up on points. I find chokes are super reliable because if they got an ego, everyone goes to sleep. I've also been in some super tight chokes in fights, and I hate chokes. It's very scary when you're in there and you start blacking out, okay? So I'm going to show some chokes. One thing I just want to show, this is a very simple technique for the guillotine. When he has my head, guys, and he's just grabbing it from here, looking to choke me, okay? Doesn't matter, arm in, arm out. Let go for a sec. I'm going to show you a very reliable way on the feet just to clear this. Darren Elkins, who I train with at Team Alpha Male, showed me this, and he never gets choked by anybody, and that gym is known for guillotines. What he showed me, it's kind of counterintuitive, but it does make sense, is just grab my head. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have the arm in. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to look away, right? Most people think this is wrong, but I'm creating space for me just to roll my head in. Sorry, Tyson. Does that make sense? A lot of people here, he's got my head nice and tight. He's trying to squeeze and even, here come, yeah, like this. I'm going to look away to create space, roll my head in, just like that. Okay, so I have Tyson's head. I'll show you how someone has a guillotine. They're starting to put it, it's hard to move. If he just stays here, his head's not going to go. He's going to look towards the wall over there, starts to create space, then he rolls his head into my chest, just like that. Does that make sense? This is super reliable. I've been using it in training because everyone, when you shoot, they just grab your head, they start to squeeze. So he's got my head, right? I don't wait. I just look away to create space, then I roll my head in to his chest. It's the simplest thing ever, but I'm like, how the hell did I think of this? Because a lot of people, you grab their head, they never look away, you start squeezing and then you leverage their neck and like this and it hurts. He's just going to look away for a sec to alleviate leverage and then pull right in. Let's just do that for 2 or 3 minutes because this could save you in a competition when someone some spazzy dude just grabs your head. Look away, roll your head into their chest, and you're free. Okay? But I want the person to actually kind of grab the head a bit. Don't like try to kill them, but hold their head.
You don't have to worry about the hips.
Yeah, like with the hips, his hips coming in. When I do this, I'm typically normally blocking anyways, right?
Yes.
I'm blocking, I look away, and I roll. Okay? This is more like early defense. They just grab your head. You don't want those hips in, but you need to clear your head right away, right? Because that's what's being attacked. Does that make sense?
We haven't covered that choke.
Okay, I'm just going to show you guys, look at his head. It's like I'm snapping a football into my arm, and I'm just covering his chin. This is like the pre-stage of a guillotine. I'm going to go high risk. I'm going to do a bunch of different variations. Let's just snap the football, lock, grab his head. If he doesn't do anything, I'm just going to squeeze him out, and I can tap him out. But even if you don't know how to do a guillotine, when you compete, trust me, people are going to know. It's one of the easiest things to learn, and when you shoot, they're going to grab your head, trust me. Okay, he looks away, yeah, like this, and then he rolls his head in. Just like that, easy, okay? Just a few minutes, then we're going to get into actually choking our partner, okay? Let's go, guys.
Do you want?
This one, I learned it right away, and I didn't even need to drill it. I'm like, hey, when they grab my head, I'm going to do it, but some of you guys are newer, you might need to drill it a bit, but when someone tries to grab your head, hold reliable. Yeah. But don't see how you rolled it too far, so roll it into his chest and then grab like a single leg, right? If you want to counter him, like he's grabbing your head, look away for a second, now roll it in right there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because again, now you're putting the whole body against one arm.
Yeah, nice. Don't try to pop your head, just look away. Don't try to like pop it out like this too much. Just look away. I'm creating a small movement. Okay? Small movement. Don't do this big exaggerated. Okay? Yeah. And then yeah.
Are we going with arm in as well?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? You could be going like this is even more dangerous, right? If you're going like without it, but if you're here, even doesn't matter. Head towards me. Start to look at the wall. Now roll your head into his chest. Like that, yes. Feel that? Right? It doesn't matter if it's an arm in or high wrist is even more like not as fast. It's just important that you open, so you kind of open space in your elbows and your head fits right in.
You're using your body.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of pain.
You're choking. I would grab it here. I grab both, like right like when I'm in here, right off the bat, if I grab if I look out, see how I couldn't breathe, like he's kind of starting to open up the I'm just getting that leverage off. I go right away, and the arms, it's something like when you add in using your arms. I could do it if I'm like in a panic. I could just look, roll my head. I don't even need arms, but yeah, typically you would use make sure you control the elbow, like basically right here. And yeah, that's the worst. I feel like the panics you don't have to take a deep thing. Just like, hey, look away, roll the head. And that might just save you. The guy might still be on, but now you get choked. If I'm saying, oh, you gotta do this, grab this, this one's just more of like a I'm in a bad position in a minute. I just gotta, I need to, look, I get choked. Maybe I try this and I still get choked, but at least I alleviated it, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Doesn't slide right?
Oh yeah, look at that. But this one, it makes it super easy. Like Darius Elkins showed me, and I was like, dude, I'm like, and dude, that motherfucker, I've seen like, he's like, he told me, I'm showing guillotine in the gym. He's like, nah. He got submitted by Oliver once, right? And he said he tried to slam him, and he got, but it's like, dude, that he's still 40, he's grappling, like, and it's like, no one else grapples that move. So, when he shows shit like this, I'm like, that shit works, you know, like, but I've never thought like this shit. I was always taught if you turn away your head, but he's like, you gotta turn just enough to go back, right? Like, you can't overdo it. Like, some of them are like,
So when he's just gonna look away, right, he's creating space, now he's gonna come back. So if we're not choking right now, we're just
OG, man. He was in the UFC when you were, right?
Yeah, actually, I met him on an airplane, and he was just super cool.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, just, so. Now that's.
Like before he did it,
Yeah, you can come in as well, right? But you want to be able to turn and roll. Because when he's here, when I grab your head, if you're starting to put a lot of weight and turn your head this way, right? So it's hard for you to just pull those in, right? So watch, now just look away, now roll your head in. Yeah, I know how to hold it properly because when you're bouldering like that, your head's not going to release. Here, come again. Nice and slow. Here, I'm trying to turn in, look away for a second. Now that space, see the space, roll your head in, roll your head towards my chest.
Yeah, so it's always like normally when you're going to guillotine off, you do it, right?
Well, I mean, if I'm actually going to do it, you're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but it's like, it's just that level. It's like, you show someone a move that's like, you're a beginner, bro. It's like, you shouldn't be able to get out. I'm just saying, this is what he's doing it to you. Right? Someone on the same skill level. Like, because there's a corner to every move, right? It's not like a one-size fits
The question about that is not so much like it is looking.
Yes. Yeah, the shoulder here is roll. Yeah, like you're opening your body. You have shoulders. It's a whole body. Okay, guys, time, guys. We're gonna go to the front headlock. Do some chokes. Front headlock. This position here, guys. So here, I know you said you haven't covered any front headlock chokes yet. Guillotine variations.
No, we've been like, again, like there's so much stuff to learn.
No, I understand. I'm just like
10th class, yeah.
I'm gonna show one that's pretty simple variation to the guillotine. When I'm here, I'm covering his head again, guys. Look at my shoulder. comes on the back of his neck. I don't want his hairline to be exposed at all when I'm here. I'm not like holding over top here. I want his head covered and I want weight on him. I'm gonna have my legs off the ground, okay? Here, and I'm cupping his chin like I'm holding, I use football analogy, like I'm just hiking a football into my shoulder, okay? I'm starting with here. What I like to do is I'm going wrist deep like this and I'm just putting my hand over my chest. Make sense so far? When I'm here, I look so I can see my own wrist, but then I put my fingers flat on the back of his neck and I cover it with my chest. Then I'm gonna reach in and grab my elbow and just sit down to my butt here, okay? He has two options. If he jumps over, which a lot of people do, it tightens it up. Sorry, we're gonna let go. Sometimes they try to jump over, it doesn't matter. But typically, here I cover and I sit. I'm just gonna sit, and I wanna, if I rock him over, that's fine, but I'm just making sure that I hold everything nice and snug and I put my chin on his back. Okay, where he goes is up to him, but a lot of people end up rolling over. That's fine, I walk in. I'm not even squeezing it because I don't wanna make Tyson pass out, okay? But guys, here, I cover his head. All I'm doing is bringing my wrist as deep as I can. Here, I want to be able to see my palm, and I'm putting my chest on it. This makes it a lot harder for them to fight the grip. When you just guillotine, you're grabbing like this. He just grabs my hands, and now we're in this big fight. He rips it off. I'm tired, and I keep trying to choke. Anytime I get an opportunity here, I come deep, and I just put it over top. Okay, my hand, all my weight's on my chest. I grab my elbow, and I start to sit. Okay, if he wants to roll over, that's fine. I just walk into him. Okay? This one is one of the variations of the guillotine where you don't have to squeeze yet. Okay? I'm just locking up, I take my time, and then when I squeeze, he's gonna go lights out. Okay? I don't want to just have to grab him and try to squeeze. You end up gassed out in the competition. This one, a lot less squeeze. I'm here, just cover over top and cover, and I'm going around his arm so I can control him and grab my own elbow. Okay? My hand's coming deep like an arm in guillotine, not in here. I grab my own elbow. Even from here, if I do decide to squeeze, I tap him. But like I said, back to doing things easier, I'm just going to start to slowly suffocate him, let him roll, and then 50% of his oxygen's already starting to go, and then I squeeze slowly, and he taps.
So if he doesn't roll, then option B, you just squeeze?
Yeah, like if I'm just here, and he doesn't move, I'm going to pressure in and squeeze. Okay. But I like to sit to my butt here and get leverage. And a lot of times this acts like a wrench. If he jumps over, I mean, it's hard for him to do it. If he jumps into the choke, it tightens it up like a wrench. So a lot of high-level guys aren't going to do that. They're going to try to roll to alleviate pressure. If they do that, just keep the grip, and it's very easy to keep. So here, watch. I come over, here. I like to just sit to my butt. This puts pressure on his head, and he tends to roll this way. From here, I'll just walk in, and I can squeeze, and as soon as I squeeze, I'm going to tap them, or I mount them. If you mount them from there, it's death. They're going to die. The word guillotine, like the old school is like, they cut the head off. This is like a real guillotine where if you mount them with this, trust me, you guys will feel it. I know this one's a very advanced technique, but I feel like it's simple enough to learn. If I'm here and I just try to go like arm and guillotine and sit and pull the guy on top of me, he's just putting weight on me. He's going to break my grip. Okay, I'm just not good at that. Maybe, I don't know. I prefer this because it's easier. More control. Here I come. I cover my palm. I drop my weight on it. I grab my own elbow deep in here, and I just lock everything tight. Chin here, and I just sit. And now I take my time. I'm not even squeezing yet. He rolls. That's fine. I walk in, and then boom, they tap. It comes on very fast, so don't squeeze and try to kill them. I would just do it without squeezing, and then add 10% and watch the tap come easy. You've probably been taught when you're doing chokes, never just go 100% right off the bat, you're going to burn your arms out. Start at a 1 out of 10, then a 2, then a 3, then a 4, and they'll probably tap by 4. Don't just start squeezing. Just apply a little bit of pressure and keep ramping it up. Okay? Let's go.
Do you want
High hand.
I do this one on the face, and it still sucks just as bad. Because then they're on their jaw, it'll crush their face. I mean, if they want to cut the jaw, we'll see. Sometimes I'm gonna just like some of this. I feel like some of them will struggle, some of them are not. I'm gonna go individually. Like some of them they're tapping fast, just highly effective. So it's like, yeah, I mean, you gotta really roll the shoulder more, right? Right, you gotta really roll it deeper more. I mean, for me, I got pretty average arms and it still works. Yeah, I'm gonna show a short arm darts next for the short arm guys. And then, yeah, the gear.
Like you said, you want your chest.
Putting your arm here, now drop your chest on the end here. Grab your elbow with your elbow, and now start to squeeze everything tight. And now sit your butt goes past already, right? You can feel it, right? But yeah, but you're barely squeezing, but hold everything tight and sit to your butt right here. Sit. Right? And now, if he starts resisting against your moves, after you start to squeeze and pull your elbows together, pull, tap your elbows. Most guys, they're not going to sit there, they're going to roll to the
Toe tingling fuzzy. Oh yeah, I like that. No.
It does come up with that. When I was doing it, I wasn't squeezing. I would, if you were trying to resist by squeezing, you would put your legs up, and you're going to hang out. I wasn't squeezing so I could talk. When you're actually trying to that's all you need.
This is not one. Drop, chest pressure.
When you have it this way, so sit your right butt cheek over here. Right? So sit to this side, like that, and scoot a bit away. Grab your elbow. Can you grab your elbow there? And now start to squeeze your elbows in together.
Right choke arm, right hand.
You feel that? Yeah. You can try to knock them over if you want, but a lot of people will do it themselves because if they stay like this, there's so much pressure that they roll to alleviate it. Some of the people here are just kind of newer, so they don't know they're getting choked, but it's like typically your big guillotine, you want to roll over. Try to get more to your side. But I'm just trying to get my elbow. Start to side here. Okay, I thought you were grabbing. So here, I sit now. From here, once I lock this up, I start to sit to my side. When they don't hold these, it puts all the weight on you. So people are typically going to, you know, like typical guillotine defense, they just roll the alleviate pressure, which is fine, but when they sit like you do, they just absorb all your weight. That's why I'm sitting down here, back to my control one, I'm trying to put all my body weight onto the joint. So I sit to my side, and kind of up the weight, and you feel that really comfortable.
This forward, push your forehead into your groin.
But people
Really like the letter C. That's where you get a good jump. Every one of them.
This is for you
Chin
guys.
strap,
Nice.
cranial shit.
Does that feel tight? You guys feel tight?
Comes quick.
Yeah, cover your chest, elbow, everything's locked in tight. Now sit to your butt. No, sit the other way. Sit to this butt cheek like this. Yes, like that. So you want all your weight to start to fly from the choke. So start to put your elbows together, pull your elbows together, right? Yeah. Lock the board here. So watch here. Down. I'm in here. When I come in and grab the elbows, I'm going to sit and start to put all my weight on it. It goes fast, right? If they don't have to, you asleep. Yeah, but you want to sit the right way. You want to sit this way. Go elbow deep, like so here. Cover your chest, elbow down. Now this butt cheek. Sit down, yes, like that. And see all the way down. Squeeze your elbows together. It's one of these weird ones where it doesn't really feel like it's working for you, but the other guy's like, right?
Those are pretty tight.
Yeah, sit to the side and then put weight on it. You guys got it?
And you see how
So let's
if you roll it, just it's a joke.
You want this deep and drop it.
Almost like a
Here, grab your chest now, reach over, grab your own elbow. Now sit this butt cheek right here. Squeeze your elbows together. Squeeze your elbows together. See how when they sit there and they hang, it's like literally like you're hanging all your weight on the neck? I know you guys are newer people and it alleviates pressure. When they do that, you just keep it and fall and jump on top. Okay? So that's fine. If they just sit there and hang out,
It takes away all your mobility. Less escape options.
This one comes on fast. You guys learn to do it. And you don't use a lot of arms. It's all leverage and mechanics. Yeah, this is one of the easiest shows. Right? And if you fail it, if you fail it, you're not tired. So then you go to the next one. You basically build something without this you do. It's like you're using all the bullets in the chamber and then you're out. And now the other guy's gonna kill you. It's like, that's what things that I get into like 5 hands. Least amount of energy, right? Some folks are energy, that's just the nature of them. But a lot of my techniques I like to take someone with mechanics. That's the goal, right? Yeah, exactly. Let me see you. So you come over here, so you gotta get your head. Can you get it a little bit higher even? Yeah, drop your chest. Now go to your elbows. Over top of his arms though. Here, squeeze over here and sit your butt. Sit your butt. So sit more. So you gotta we go deep here, right? I walk over top of his chest, over here, and I come and I sit to the side. I didn't even squeeze it deep, but he was doing with that belt. He's trying to resist it when they resist the side. The more he resists it, I could feel him doing it, and I knew what was happening. Better actually be loose in the whole way. I get in your face, I'm just trying to resist this, and then he's like, I'm just afraid with some of you guys if I do it and you're used to it that you're actually going to go to sleep because it's like, it takes like 2 seconds to put them out. And I don't want that for you. It is really effective. It's kind of sexual. I've been choked up. You wake up and you're seminar? You're just doing this. But yeah, you put them on this, but don't resist this one. That's why it works so well. The best guys will go so well. They go so well. You get right.
I was just worried about the option of all way. I wouldn't worry about all
Getting old. Who? You.
Yeah, I know. Not you.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Wasn't me.
You guys, time in here. Let's watch, guys. I'm going to show anaconda choke. Come in turtle. If you guys have never learned this before, I'm going to try to break down the steps as easy as possible. So, anaconda means my arm's coming through and it's going to the shoulder. And I'm locking. A darce is when I come from the armpit into here. It's funny when you watch the UFC, I watch it every weekend, the commentators still screw up. They're like, he's got him in a darce. I'm like, that's an anaconda. You train long enough, you know the difference, right? But even these high-level commentators, they fuck it up all the time and it's hilarious. But arm coming from the outside in and locking over his head is a darce. When you go from the head to and you lock on the shoulder, it's called an anaconda. Just so you know the difference, because some people are like, are they the same thing? They're similar chokes, but they're different, okay? So with the anaconda, what I'm going to do is obviously I need this grip again, but I'm going to lock my hands just like this. Here, I'll show on this side here. I'm just locking like this. The way I like to set this up, because a lot of times they post, when I go to roll, I'm going to put my head on his foot to block his foot, and I'm going to roll through. That's the setup, okay? That's what we got to do at the beginning. Because I can't just teleport into this choke. I need to be here. I lock this up super tight, and I put my head on his knee to block his leg. Then I roll, okay? Make sense so far? Making sense? So we're here. I'll show on the other side again. I come through and I lock my hands and I push his arm in too. This also makes the roll easier. I block and I roll. Okay? Come back. I'm going to do it one more time. Here. Hands locked. I like to block. You don't need to do this, but if you don't and he posts this leg out, post your leg out, and you go to roll, I've seen it so many times, they end up on top of you. Okay? If you already have them down, I've snapped them, and I'm going for this, I just put my head here and I roll. Okay? Guys, when I'm here now, what I'm going to do is typically I go to lock on my bicep here. I don't do that. What I do is I go on my tricep first like this. Let me just circle around because everyone see this? I lock on my tricep and I walk it up as high as possible. Almost trying to grab my shoulder. That's what makes this tight. From here, I'm going to walk my hands towards his belly button. Slowly, 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 and I walk my hips towards him. Okay? Nice and gentle. Back to, like I said, with the choke, you want to apply the least amount of pressure to get the tap. There, I probably went to like a 2. I went slow. Don't just go to a 10, try to break their neck. Of course you can, but it's not as efficient, okay? Go slow. Here. Let me go on the other side so they can see. Here, I block his head, and I roll. A lot of people just lock this up like this, and this isn't wrong, but for me, I find it not as tight. I lock on my shoulder first, as tight as I can, and I walk my arm up like this, and I cut off all the space. Here, you're typically taught, I just start walking towards them. If you're having trouble, post your head on the mat, and just mount them and drop your weight. They will go to sleep fast when you do that. And if you fail, you're in mount. You apply all your game from there. Make sense so far? Here, I block, I roll. Before I just lock up, guys, I go on my tricep and I walk this up, and this gets my arm deeper. See, I'm just going deeper and deeper and deeper. Then I walk this towards, I don't just do this. I like to walk this because this also tightens it up. I walk up his back, and then I slowly, I'm at like a 2, I start applying pressure. Yeah, okay? You don't gotta go all out. What's up?
You're walking your hand up and your hips at the same time, so you crawl at the same time.
You wanna walk, because typically what happens is they move away from the choke, so you just gotta follow them. I'll show what, here, go down. Here, I rolled through. So let's say I have it locked. What I do, because guys just, when I walk towards him, he just walks in a circle. It's like a cat and mouse game. What I do, I get up on my head and I run up like this, and I drop all my weight on his head. Okay? The best guys at Anaconda and Darce do that. In this modern, like everyone's got good defense now, so it's like I'd rather mount them, and if it fails, I'm just going to continue attacking. And there's a lot of leverage when you're in the mount and you drop all your weight on their head.
So for Darce and Anaconda, do you try to finish that same motion with both?
Yeah. If I have a Darce, which is like typically you block them down here, the first thing I do with the Darce is I jump over and I drop my weight and I squeeze with my legs. That shit's hella tight. I don't know if people seen a video of Khabib with Leo Vieira, who's a fourth degree black belt. He Darced him, jumped right to mount, and it's like, doesn't matter that you're a 4th degree black belt, you're going to sleep. Okay? I typically, I would want you to mount them, because then if it fails your mount, you're not like, I'm not, let's say like this, and I try to squeeze, and then he gets out, now I'm on bottom. Let's think about position as well, especially for some of you new guys. You might not get the choke. Who gives a fuck? You got him in mount. Now you get points in a turn.
That's what I was going to say, guys, because most of you guys probably aren't going to get into MMA, so when we're doing a jiu-jitsu tournament, if nothing else, you don't get the submission, but you get 4 points for the mount.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, my style hybrid for MMA, if I fail something, would I rather be on bottom or top? Anyone is going to say top, right? It doesn't matter who you are. You have the gravity, you have leverage, you're dropping your weight on them. So when you finish this, if you're walking, just post your head and mount them, right? If you don't find the squeeze, you get your points, and then you attack from mount, which is one of the best positions. Okay? Let's go with that. Let's go.
That's it. It's like, what is that movie? Oh, yeah, I was going to say Man Black. That's it.
I block the knees with your head, and now roll. Roll. Then when you go to lock this, open up and go on your tricep. Walk out your tricep, on your tricep, and walk your hands towards your and now you can start to squeeze, but when I push the head on the mat, and get your hips off and mount it. Drop your weight on this arm. See how fast, like when you start to squeeze and drop your hips. They're gonna tap fast. You basically drop, you don't even need to, you drop your weight on the thing, right? You could apply all your body weight or your arm weight. I'd rather just drop all that weight on top of there.
So yeah, as you're going, you kind of.
Here with this, watch what you have here. Straighten your arm out first, straighten your arm out, and then try to walk up the tricep. And then from here, walk your hand across slowly up the back, and it will tighten up even more. Now try to put your head in downwards. Put your head on the mat. Now he's already tapping, right? Sometimes if you put enough pressure before you can mount, they're going to tap, but if they don't, I'm going to drop all my weight on your arm. And they're going to go, you're big enough, bro, that if you get that shit, I'll figure out how to get from the hand walk is all the difference. Everyone washes the hand when they start. Sometimes you gotta relax, tighten it up, take time, take your time. Take your time.
As long as you're under the chin, you know the amount.
Yeah, exactly. So here, watch. So before, turn the tricep more, like walk this up to your tricep, like try to grab your tricep. High. Now walk up, walk. And now walk it up, and then walk your hips away, walk your hips towards his head. So you guys don't touch. Wait for these guys to. You guys want to make anybody? You guys are like on top of each other. So walk your hips towards him at first. And if he's flat like this, is fine. Post on your head, get your hips off the mat, and go to mount. But you gotta turn him more first. Now put your head on the mat and get your hips off the mat.
Oh, you put this, so you block yourself some room, so you suck that in more.
just in case.
Yeah, it's hard. You gotta get, like I said before, I'm gonna say guys, a lot of things like these basic movements, it's like more just mechanical basics, not like technique. It's like, hey, I'm taking my hips, my head off the mat. That's why I always look at the value. I don't want to do it. It's like the strength and all that, it matters. The reason why wrestlers and gymnasts are so good at that, so it's like some of the stuff I can see, but it's not technique holding back, it's like, it's those little things. So just work on those little drills, like getting your head on the mat. Right? Wrestlers do this all the time, right? They're circling, just doing simple drills. You can learn to support your weight with your head. Right? So, does that, get a little taste of it. Next time you learn an anatomy, you say, okay, I remember this detail, this, and then you just put more of this one. You're like this, but you gotta turn your hips. Okay. Like, so you say you're like this, I post up on your hips, you gotta do this. You need a strong neck as well. I've wrestled my whole life. I can feel my whole weight flip on my neck. So sometimes you just, your body doesn't trust you, so when you try to get on your head, it won't even allow you to. You know what I mean? So, all the way to this grip. I'm going to get my head on the knee and roll. Here, this is the wall. Okay, let's move it on the wall. So from here, a lot of people just walk this up. This isn't tight enough, so at first I'm going to straighten arm and walk this as high as I can. From here, I'm walking along the belly, like I'm tickling them, and I'm walking up over here into his arm. And I can sort of see leveraging it, and then I sort of.
I got short arms, so I can
But it's all that little detail walking first. Yeah, like I didn't even have to do that yet. By the time I walk, he already wants to tap when I bounce him. Yeah. But do you feel when I adjusted first at the beginning, it's like he's not this good. When you make all those little adjustments, you walk it high, like I call it, it just makes it so tight. Then when it's tight like that, I don't need to squeeze back. I'm going to control the shit out of him, and then now get a good position, and slowly squeeze like a snake.
It's just one more
Like I said, there's a lot of details going on with some of these things. So you're going to today, and when you start teaching more of the jokes, you're going to remember, okay, yeah, as is teacher. I know some of this stuff, right? And that's okay. I still learn things that and I've been doing this most of my life. So don't put some pressure. Remember as much as you can. It's okay. And I didn't know that you guys haven't done any jokes, but this is my specialty. So I'd rather show things that I'm good at, even if it's new to you guys, than me teach something that's not so much my yeah, or exactly. see, so do you know the grip? Let's see if someone walked the grip. Here, from the inside to here, and walk up your palm to palm. Yeah, you have to squeeze everything in tight on your head. Yeah, so here, watch. Remember, head over here now. Head over here, and you're gonna roll through. Roller to this position. Freeze. Rolled it through. So now this hand's gonna come to your tricep. Watch to your tricep at first. Lock it up tight. Now tickle her belly slowly. Now walk up the lat. That tightens it up so their head's locked in there. From there, now you can start walking towards her and now start squeezing legs. See tap? Yeah. It comes on fast when you do all those little adjustments, right? Does that make sense? Okay.
Point yourself right over on the
Cool. Well, hopefully you can learn something.
I'm gonna roll over your head.
Yeah, even that, right? From there, going just mount them, drop your weight. Yeah, but if you, it's okay. The reality but the reality of going for chokes, you're gonna miss a lot of them. Just mount them, right? If it fails and you break the grip, just go on top and then work from there, right? Trust me, not every time you try to choke someone.
Establish position, redouble your time.
Yeah, let's see. If you can walk together, now you're going to go slide this up and turn and go on your tricep. Hold the tricep, walk your hand up as high as you can. Now walk, tickling his belly, just last hand in front of you, tight. From here, don't let go of the squeeze. Now walk your hips towards and start to squeeze a bit. Apply a bit of pressure, just a little bit. There. Okay? It's about doing it small incremental. I'm not just saying micro-means just because I think you guys are crazy micro-means. Yeah, you are, but you're doing the pressure applied slow. Right? Makes sense to you, right? Fine there. Probably before you're squeezing right away hard, right? Yeah, go to the
Why? We don't even have to. Inside the room, we made all this fucking things.
And then you're
towards your arm. Now you gotta get it now. Roll that way. Yeah. Just keep going.
You do that when you're
Hey guys, time. Okay. I'm gonna show a lot of chokes. I know how it is. I can see a lot of looks on the faces of like, holy shit, you're starting to pass out. There's certain chokes that I'm like, I only drill it like 5 times with a partner because I'm like, you start going brain dead. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of stuff from the back. I also love the back. Go down, sit on your butt. Okay. Here, you guys have done stuff on the back a bit, right?
More so gi chokes.
More so gi chokes?
Yeah, with the...
Everyone knows what a harness looks like for the most part, right? One hand over, one under, seatbelt, harness, whatever you call it. Everyone's got a different name. Here, guys, when I fall to the side, I'm going to lock what's called the body triangle. The way I set this up always is I push down on his hips and I bring my foot up high and I lock it and I need to make sure it's over his belly. Come back. A lot of people jump the gun on this and they just lock and it's on his hip. It doesn't feel any pressure here. It doesn't hurt him. I want to suffocate him. I've tapped lots of people out with just the body triangle if you do it right. So let's see how to do that first because it's also the king of control. So here, I push his hips down and see how I sometimes even grab my own foot like this with 2 arms. I'm trying to get to his chest. When I lock this up and I start to squeeze my knees, does that feel good? Not very good, right? From here, we lock it up. I like to put my foot underneath his butt so I can keep him this way. What I'm going to do from here, a lot of times I can choke him here. Post up on your elbow, get up on your elbow. A lot of times they start to build up too, right? He's trying to defend. He doesn't want to just be here. What I like to do is I post his head up and I almost just do a small cartwheel and I roll him over and I flatten him out like this. This position is way better. He's carrying all my weight. In a fight, it's over, but we're not fighting right now, so we could find the choke. But even from this position, if you drive in, there's so much pressure, they'll tap sometimes. So let's come back. When I'm here, Anytime if he builds up ever, if he stays down like this, I'm just gonna work for my choke and I'm gonna get the choke. A lot of guys start to build up and try to go away. It's fine. I come with them. I do a small cartwheel and I whip my hips like this. Now I apply the pressure. I just keep stripping his wrists away, fighting for the choke. And this position is, once I'm here, the match is over. He's not going anywhere unless you let him out. Okay?
Can you show an option if somebody can't do the triangle,
Yeah.
just in case?
I mean, one thing that'll help, because I'm not very flexible either, is like I said, back to this, is pushing down. Grab your own foot. A lot of people just can't, like, they can't do this, but as soon as you grab your foot, look how easy that is. So let's try that, because then even here, if it gets locked, if it's on the belly button, it's still good. I just don't want it so low. So I come here and I grab it, and I lock tight like this. Does that make sense? Come down. If you have really bad mobility, what I do is push this leg across and I lock my feet like this over his hip. And now I control the hip as well. This is a great option if you have like really bad hips. And it also controls the hips really well. Sometimes it depends on who I'm training with. Some guys I do this, some guys I go body triangle. I just like I said, the body triangle, I'm here, I push down, I grab my own foot. I like this because now it's like, he's done. Like it's so hard to get out of this. Even really good grapplers have a hard time getting out of the body triangle. I squeeze my knees together and I just keep 20% pressure. At first, your legs will gas out, but I just use it as an exercise. I'm training with a white belt. I'm like, oh, you're going to be in this, and this is a leg exercise for me. I come up. If he doesn't want to go, I just buck him over. He's going, and then I sprawl my hips into him, and this sucks, right, Tyson? Yeah. Sorry. Okay? I don't even got to teach the choke because the choke will come easy. I feel like a lot of your game, especially in the beginning, should be about how do I just control and dominate this guy and make him want to tap mentally before I submit him. Most guys that I submit, they've already submitted in their mind a minute ago. They're just waiting like, please choke me out. Please choke me out. Any of you guys that follow martial arts watch stuff, I watched a video of Khabib, which everyone knows, training with Lex Friedman, who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. They're rolling for like 20 minutes, and Lex is like, come on, just choke me. He's like, not yet, brother, not yet. He's just cooking him. He's making him want to quit. And that's like, I feel like that's a cool style of the game that you should adopt is like, hey, who cares about the submission so much? Let's just dominate this guy, grind him out, make him tired, make him want to quit. They'll give you the choke easy. And back to points and everything when you're competing, you get all the points for control. So you can't just jump the gun and try to submit the guy immediately. Okay? Everyone got that? Let's try the body triangle. If you're struggling with getting that up, I'll give you some options. But I feel like most of us could do it. It's just grab that leg, which a lot of people don't teach. I just started doing that myself because I'm like, my hips are so messed up from wrestling and MMA. I was like, I'll just grab this shit. And I'm like, oh, it works. Now I teach it. So we'll try, okay? This might be what we got time. This might be the last thing, but then I want to do a little bit of questions we could problem solve at the end, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
So let's just do this for the last technique that I'm showing. And if anyone has any questions about their game, maybe we could add a little things on. And then we got to make time to get our pictures and all that shit, okay?
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. You're saying you flatten them out the same way? Yeah, I find that they could sprawl their legs out. Sometimes if we fumble with this, they can. So,
I agree. I just
other picture, other way.
I try to.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, it is a bit of volume. Like for me to do it on you, it's probably not gonna happen. You feel like it's just your core's too big, but it's like right. If people are the same size, they should be able to. Yeah, lock that in tight. Yeah, pull your leg and now back. Lock this, but pinch your knees together and try to lock this like that. Yeah. But she's probably going to fall to the side, which will allow you to lock this up better and start to squeeze this. And to reinforce this so that you don't have to squeeze so much, just tuck your foot behind her hamstring. Right? Like that. See how you're using, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If they tap to the, I've over 10 people that have been like, ooh, and they're like, man, my stomach. And I'm like, I mean, you got to joke with yourself. But if they're doing that, then I really go apply it. Right? It's like if the person's like, shit. And obviously when they're resisting in a match, they'll take that pain, but it's still there, right? It's still
pressure from like starfish.
Yeah.
Like when I started, pretty much everybody started like that's really extension is pressure. I respect that.
Try to do
oh yeah, there you go. Put your weight low. just get the hooks in normally like this. Whatever side you're gonna do it on, which side do you want to lock on? Put this leg across. So with this foot, step on this hip. Push down, all at the side, push down. Now bring this leg across, and I was saying reach down and grab it. Just so you can pull it right there. Now put this behind his hamstring. See how he's in there nice and tight. Squeeze your knees together. It's very difficult to see. And if he builds up, like just try to come over top and do a small push. You get on top of him, but yeah, on top, on top. Yeah, but see how it goes down. Yeah, at first it's like you're trying to sensitivity with your legs, but like they're coming apart. Just keep playing with it. I just want you guys to go for now before you can get it. I know the body where he's like, you know, this one is like, here, watch. So when if I hold it this side, I'm bringing this girl saying, push down, I start to grab this, one foot tight, and I start to squeeze my knees. You tap, and I'm at 20%, right? So imagine if I get you in that, and I hold you guys will start to like feel sick. But it's also the all you're on their body, and you actually what you're doing is you're taking the ring away, but then you breathe, right? So you're just squeezing them, and you just chill out. And then when they start, they're so distracted with that, the choke is easy.
Yeah, no, that was.
Back to what I was saying, it's like, oh my god. Yeah. Go ahead. Are you gonna try? You're gonna do the body triangle? Okay, so get the seatbelt on. So get over top. Just one over top. Now bring them to this side. And when you lock this up, push this hip. Now walk your legs like this. Here, but you gotta keep this like this. Yeah, feel that? Yeah. This is a good form of control, right? I just find
If you can fight that knee and you're good at that,
but it still works.
does help. It frees up my hands to hopefully do something down here, but there are things that I can do down here, regardless of whether I have my hands
That's why I like the body triangles. If they spin, you're not going to
the body triangle. Now straight jacket, any body triangle, right? It's gonna suck ass. So now I have to know a few things to do with my hips and my legs to start opening up that triangle.
Now bring this up a bit. Walk it. So it doesn't even need to be. You can even go in the middle and use this, right? And then try to get this to there and push his hips away. Now squeeze your knees together. Squeeze your knees together. Like this. Right? You start to see maybe rubbing through a little bit. Turn quickly, right? You can turn and get on top. Or you mount, right?
Straighten my leg out and get wrap it back around here.
You know what I know about knee is so it's the very first escape.
That's what you're talking about, the dog butt
So it's the position.
here, and look like this, and get your knee.
Elbow knee is straight, right? Let's see here.
Like sometimes you know this first thing, because without just
Take my back. I won't always have both elbows.
Sometimes I use this as a transition, then you go as a points, and you put over your back.
So you have my back, and that seatbelt's on. I might be able to elbow this side. I'm going to use this elbow. I can elbow these
So I use this one to extend
but I
this.
can't
Put this in, and I get then I can use like this, right?
So think about bicycling, and in this case, it's better.
So one hook in.
So that's why the guys get extended during their knee ups. I just extend my hips.
Yeah, so just straight on the
You need to control the upper leg. Yeah. You can't just somehow, it's almost impossible to control the guy's lower body
Yeah.
It's an elbow without an elbow.
Or I still got control, but I'm talking about this way. If I'm doing this, I'm going to do this.
Here.
If I go top, I'm going to do that. Down the road, start.
Too many cheeseburgers, Devin. That's good.
Alright guys, time. Bring it in for a second. We got a little bit of time. He already had one question. I'm going to touch on this quick, and then if you guys want to get a couple of reps, just some questions on like, hey, what do you think of this and this? He asked arm triangle. Go down. I'm going to show you how I finish the arm triangle to make it super tight. So you're mounted. Everyone know what an arm triangle is? Some of you, obviously, you do, right? Some of you guys that have competed. Arm triangle is similar to Darce. I'm locking his head and his arm together. Hey, when I go from this for a mount, and I'm locking here, a lot of people grab this and just squeeze. Right away, guys, what I gotta do is I gotta cut the space off on this side of his ear. So what I do is I push his body like this first. See how tight it is on this side? Everyone focus on this side that's choking. But I'm choking his carotid artery here, and then this side with his arm. So if you don't tighten up the space on both sides, tough guys will and then they won't tap, and then you burn your arms out. So the first thing I do when I get this grip is I start to push him and I walk my hand away. See how I'm doing this? Turn a bit. Here I'm walking my hand away, and now I'm as deep as I could be. Okay, and for me, when I go for this now, I drop as low as I can my head, and I walk it up. I walk up slowly, and I start to grab my grip, and I dismount like this and start to squeeze. Okay? His head started to turn purple. But like I said before, always do it slowly. Don't just start squeezing as much as you can. Here, right away, to make this tight, I walk my hand away and I push his shoulder. I'm jamming everything in tight. For me, I drop and I drive my chest up and I start to lock this. Okay? From here, it's great, but I like to dismount and get all my weight. And he starts to tap before I even start squeezing, that's kind of the point with efficiency. Even just the detail of here and pushing, you could probably lock and squeeze the guy out here. For me, I drop low, I drive up, and I cut off all the space. Then I lock my arms. He had a question about how to finish the arm triangle, so I thought I would just show my variation.
And you can do that from half guard as well. So.